Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and if this is your first time to visit our channel, welcome, and we would appreciate it if you'd hit that subscribe button and click that little bell so that you'll be notified when we put up new videos. Today we're going to be working on our AJ journal. Now this is the AJ journal for March. A lot of you got those kits. We do have more of the AJ kits coming up in June. So if you want to read about the AJ kits and why we're calling them that, they're named after my grandson who has autism. And if you want to read a little bit more about that and get in line for the sign up for the AJ kits, then just click the link below that says AJ Kit Info, and it'll take you over and you can read a little bit more about that. All right, now I'm not real sure exactly what I'm going to do, but we're going to play around with it a little bit. Now, if you are a member of Buy Me a Coffee, and what that is some of you donate $5 a month to our YouTube channel so that you can and help support us in that way, then you would have got an email today notifying you that your 2-page free digital is available for you to download. Now, if you didn't get an email, or if you're not a member of our Buy Me a Coffee, you can click on that link below. You have to become a member, which is, you can donate $5, $10, whatever you want a month. And we use all of that money that goes right back into our YouTube channel. We just got through purchasing us a new video camera, so hopefully that will be here very, very soon, and we'll be able to do, some close-up shots where you can see things without it going blur. So this one that we've had about 10 years now, and it's just about worn out. But we have purchased that with the money that you guys have donated to us, and we really appreciate it. But this is what the free digitals are for the month of April. Now, like I said, I can't give those to anybody who is not a member, because that was something that I promised them. If they become a member and they donated $5 a month, then they would get the free digitals. Every month they get 2 free digitals. And if you donate $10 a month, you get the 2 free digitals, plus you get a one-time 20% off code that will allow you to go to our store and purchase something, a whole lot of stuff for 20% off. So enough about that. The reason I showed you this is I'm going to be using some of these little birds. Now, I may fussy cut around these. I left them like this because I wasn't sure if I wanted to fussy cut around them or if I wanted to just use the block. So I'm not sure which one I will do. But I also want to use this flower right here, because it goes with our theme of that pink and, green botanical like theme. But I think the first thing that I want to do is I want to add some like fold outs, flip outs in here. And I'm just trying to see where I want to flip out. So if you got the AJ kit, you can grab yours and we can start working on that. I'm just going to go through here and see where I might want to flip out. And I think I might put one right here. And I am not sure what that is right there. I don't remember that being on there when I put it in there, but evidently it was. But, oh well. We're going to put a flip out right here. Now, you can use lots of different things to do a little flip out with. This is quite a thick piece of paper. I think you got some of this in your kit. But what I'm going to use is this. And this comes from the paper pad. Let me show you. This comes from the Tim Holtz Paper Stash Memoranda paper collection. It is gorgeous. Ooh, I'm seeing more now that I might want to use a different one. I don't know. And I could just sit here and flip this paper forever and ever and just smell of it. It smells so good. Okay, I think I'm just going to go ahead and use the scrap that I've got. I don't want to cut another piece right now. Now, on your flip outs, they don't have to be the same length as your page. They can be shorter, they can be longer. But on this one, I think I want it to flip this way. So I am going to just mark this and cut it off where I want my flip to end there. So I want it right there, and then I'm just going to stop it about right there. That will be enough of a flip, I think. So let's cut this, and I'm going to use, what am I going to use? Where is my trimmer? I don't know what I'm going to use. I can't find my trimmer. Oh, I feel good today, guys. My hand has not hurt. My wrist does not hurt today. It didn't hurt last night, and I actually slept for the first time without my brace. It didn't hurt. I had a good night, so I am feeling good today. Thank you all for your prayers and your well wishes and your cards. I've got a ton of happy mail that I've got to go over and show you guys. But I'm kind of saving it all and so that I'll be able to do it all at one time maybe. So I think we're going to put this one on. This little piece right here on there. And you know, you can journal on these spots too. I mean, you can use a pen and journal on that. So what I want to do is, first off, it looks like I'm going to flip it back and forth to try to decide what I want to do. All right, I think I'm going to put it right there, and I'm going to have it flip out like that. Okay. Now, there's various ways that you can put this on. You can score it about a ½ inch, and you can glue that down to have a flip out. Or you can use some washi to put this on, or you can use some material or lace to put this on. And I'm trying to decide. I think I'm going to score it just because this is kind of a thick paper, and I just want to make sure that it stays on there well. And I think, let's see if this little scoring board will do it. Maybe I'll have to score it both ways, but I'll finish my thought. I think if I score it and then lay it down, it'll hold a little bit better. You could always just use your lace or trim, something like that. But I'm just going to score it at 1/2 inch. I'm just going to turn that around and score it right there, just to make sure that I fold that correctly. And then you're just going to fold that piece over. Now, when you have a thick paper like this, you need to really burnish that down. If you'll burnish really, really hard, it'll lay down. See how flat that's laying down? And I usually burnish on both sides. And I use a Teflon bone folder. Nothing better. I have used all of the bone folders out there, I think. And I always come back to my Teflon. I have the others stored away, and I use them in classes when I teach classes. Well, when we used to be able to teach classes. But I don't use them myself. When you get a Teflon bone folder, it's a little bit of an investment. You know, they're like $19 or something like that. Well, I think we actually sell them for a little bit less than that. But it'll last you forever. And it doesn't break. It doesn't warp. So, okay. All right, we're going to put that down just like that. Now, you can round these corners, which is what I'm going to do, or you can leave them straight. Doesn't matter. Whichever way that you think looks the best for what you're going for. I'm going to round mine. I just think that looks good for a little flip out. Isn't that cute? And then, of course, we're going to ink. And I'm using my Vintage Photo Distress ink. Someone asked me, did I make this little thing right here that my ink sits in? And I'm going to show you what this is. This is one of those Avery label packaging. This is the packaging from that. And I just saved it, and it fits perfectly. An ink pad in there, and then my little daubers. So that's what I use. They was thinking that I made this, and I don't know, that it was a wood piece or something. I don't know. Evidently somebody out there is making the wood ones like this. But this was free, and I like free, and it works well for me. every so often I take it and I wash that ink out of it and I just start all over again. Doesn't hurt a thing. And if I want to put another, you know, dauber in there, I can. And another ink pad right on top of that one. So it works well. So just find some kind of packaging. You know what really works well? That packaging that you get like iPhones in and that kind of thing. And I know just about everybody's got some kind of iPhone or smartphone. That packaging, you know, it's really hard. It would work well for this. But that's what I use. That's what that is. It's just an Avery L label packaging that I have recycled. All right, we're going to put that down right there. And then that is going to flip out like that. So we need to put a good strong adhesive right here. Now I am actually going to use my Barely Arts glue. I need to refill this. I'm almost out in this little container. I bought the small container from myself. And then I refill it with that big container. And that way it fits my hand better. And this glue holds really, really well. It is not... it doesn't warp your paper. And we do have a sale on this. This is our featured item for this week. There's a sale on it right now. If you use the code GLUEME, G-L-U-E-M-E, all capital letters, then you can get, I think it's 15% off for that, just for the rest of this week. So it's not going to last long, so it'll be over with in just a short time. There we go. We're going to put that down right there. Okay, and there's a little flip out. And see, it stays down, no problem, because I burnished that really well. All right, now what are we going to do? I'm going to do something on that page, but I don't know what yet. I want to do something right here. I want to make some pockets or something. But I think I want to cover it first with some paper. Let's see what we want to cover it with. I have got lots and lots of digitals to play around with, so I'm excited about that. I got another one sent to me this morning, so really excited about playing around with all the digitals. And thank you guys so much for allowing me to use your digitals. I really, really appreciate it. And if anyone else out there would like for me to do some videos using your digitals, you're welcome to just send me the file. I'll print them off myself if I need to. And we will do some projects with them. This one is from Betty at Betty's Custom Designs. So that's who this is from, and isn't it beautiful? Let's see, I know I want to get that clock on there. So I think I'm going to go at it like this. I'm going to go ahead and tear that little top off right there. The collection we used yesterday was from Kara Brandon Creation on Etsy. All of these are located on Etsy. And I try to link them below my video. If I ever forget, just nudge me and I'll put the link down there. You know, sometimes by the time I start to edit, I have already forgot what I was going to link. Okay, we're going to put that right there. And tear that off. Alright. Try to put it up this way so that I'll get it pretty straight. And this is a this is a We Are ruler, and it's got a decal edge on one side and then a different edge on the other. You get 3 in a package, and we just got more of those in. I had quite a few people that said, please message me when you get more of those in. Well, it's hard for us to remember to message everybody, but they are in again for right now. I don't know how long they'll last, but for right now they're back. They sell out really quick. I'm going to tear a little bit more of that off because I got it just a little bit too wide. And as you can see, it puts just a little bit of a decal edge on it. And to me, it just makes it look better, especially when you ink it. I know I sound like I'm just promoting products, and I'm not really, but I have so many people that ask in the comments, what is that blue ruler you're using? What is that glue you're using? What is, you know, what is? So if I cover it in my videos, then hopefully the questions won't be, you know, flowing so much. I don't mind your questions at all. I really don't, but sometimes it ties me up for hours at the beginning of the day, so it's a little bit harder to answer everything. Let's see. I am going to put this down using some of our glue stick. That way, I think I can get it stuck all over, because we're going to need it stuck all over. Now all this is underneath and I'm using to glue on is it is just a laminated sheet of paper that I had actually laminated for something else, and then I ended up not using it for that, so I use it to glue on. And then when I get finished with the video, I go in there and wash it off with some hot soap and water, and it's ready to go again. And I don't glue on my book pages because I use those. Okay, let's see if we can get this down. Looks pretty good right there. And this is just a paper towel. Believe me, I have those questions too. What is that you use to wipe off your hands and your glue and all of that? It's just a kitchen towel that has, my husband got me some for out here in the shop that has butterflies on it. Okay, that's pretty, isn't it? I like that. Now, I want to put some little pockets right here. So, I think what I'm going to use is, let me grab down to it. I think I'm actually going to use this and make some pockets. Yeah, this is just a kitchen paper towel roll. This is the little center roll that's in them. And I save them. And I save the toilet tissue rolls too. And I make pockets and things out of them. Now, I haven't had this one squished under books. I usually take them and I flatten them and I put them under books so that they'll stay flat. And I haven't this one. I just actually pulled this one off yesterday. So, we'll get it the best we can. Alright, let's see how. I think I'm going to want the first one about that tall, maybe. So I think I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to shorten it just a little bit. I'm going to cut it off about right there. So let's cut it and then we will figure out how tall we want the others. And I think this will cut it, I hope. Whoops. If you don't let it slide, it cuts a lot better. There we go. Alright. And I'm going to even up this end because it is not very even. And that's the factory end there. It's hard not to let this slide. There we go. Okay. Now I think I will make the other about there. Right there. Maybe. Let's see. I'm just going to lay it on my journal here and see. Now, I actually think I want it a little bit taller than that. Maybe right there. Okay. So, we're going to cut this one off. And you could use your Tim Holtz scissors if you wanted to cut this. Let me grab those. These big shears will cut just about anything. Okay, we got that. And then I have just a tiny little piece. And that's a little bit too short, so let's see if we have another. This is a toilet paper roll right here. This is from the toilet paper in your bathroom. And I actually tore this one when I was getting it off. So we're not going to use that side that I tore. Now, if you want to sanitize these, you can. I don't ours because it's just my husband and I. And normally, when it gets down to a little bit of a roll of tissue around this, I go ahead and take it off anyway. So I don't think they're nasty because, you know, if you're pretty sanitary, they're not nasty. Now, if I had a bunch of kids that was still running around and touching everything and all that, I might sanitize them a little bit. Okay, I think what we're going to do is I'm going to cut that one off a little bit, about right there. And I'm going to put that one down. So let's trim that one. I hope you don't mind me making things up as I go along, because that's what I do sometimes. And we have lots of new members, and you know, for you new members, I normally don't plan out a big video. I think about something that I want to do, and then I just start working on it. I don't sit down and plan everything from top to bottom. All right, we're going to do that, and I think I'm going to put this one right there. And that's going to be our little pockets. I know that kind of looks weird to you right this minute. Now, in order to get these to lay flat, you can either just go ahead and stick them under books, which is normally what I would do, and let them flatten out. Or you can stitch right down the edge of them, and that will flatten them out. Now, since I have not flattened them out with books, I need to stitch these. And my sewing machine is in the other room, so I may have to just put my paper on and then go in there and stitch, because I haven't worked out a place where I'm going to put my sewing machine out here yet. In the shop, as when we had it remodeled, they are supposed to be building me some shelves to put things like that on, but so far I've not got that. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cover these with paper. So what are we going to cover them with? And I don't throw these little things away because I can use those for something. I know I can. We've got so much pretty paper from all of you guys. I just don't know what to use. I tell you, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull some paper out of here and use it, if I don't already have some scrap paper right here cut. Oh, you know what? I think we will use some of our paper from our April paper pad. This is the April paper pad that everybody who is signed up for the E-Club kit got in their kit for April. And I'm going to use some of that because it's got some of those flowers in there. Yes, that's what I'm going to use. Okay, we need to put quite a bit of glue down on here and put it right up to the edge, because we're going to run that paper all the way to the edge and a little bit beyond. Okay. So then I just want to make sure that I get that flower in there, and run your paper just a little bit past the edge of your roll. You don't want it right on the roll. You want it a little bit past the roll, just so it's sticking over just a tiny bit. And then you're going to need to press that down really, really well. And then you're just going to flip it over and just continue to press a little bit. Then we're going to go ahead and trim this off. Now trim just a little bit past the edge of your roll. Maybe a 1/16 of an inch. Something like that. Like that. And see, you can't even see the underneath. You can't see what's under there. So, and that's what you want. I'm going to trim that a little bit more right there. There we go. Now, what I need to do is cut a little pull in the top of that. And I'm going to see. No, that one's not going to go in there for sure. This one may go in. And this is an, what is this? Punch Bunch. That's what the name of it is, I guess. And it is a 1-inch punch. And I'm just going to try to get it in the center as best I can. There we go. Ooh, I didn't punch very much, did I? Let's go on down with that. Okay. There we go. That works. So we got our punch. Now, because we don't want that to show in the background, we're going to put a little piece of paper down in there. So I'm just going to trim this off. I think that will be big enough to put down in there. Yeah, and we'll just stick that down in there and glue it. I'm going to go ahead and trim a little bit more so I can get that white off of there. Or it's like a cream color. And then just stick that down in there and stop it right at the edge of your little toilet paper roll or paper towel roll, whichever. And that is what we have right there. Now I'm going to stitch right down through here, as close to the edge as I can, across here, and then back up through here, and that's going to flatten my little pocket out. And that's what I want. I want it to be flat. And then we'll make some little tags to go in here. I'm going to go ahead and ink it. Now, this paper is a shiny paper. It has a little bit of a shiny surface to it. So it's not going to hold a lot of ink. You know, some of your ink is going to wipe off. But you can go ahead and put it on there, let it dry, and all of it won't come off. But some of it will come off until it dries. That is just the nature of a slick surface paper because it doesn't have enough tooth to hold it. Okay, now we're going to cover this one. And I'm thinking I'm just going to use the same paper. That's pretty right there. So let's put a lot of glue on here. So if you don't stitch, just go ahead and use your little towel rolls and put them under, flatten them out, and then put them under some heavy books or something to make sure that they flatten all the way. Then you're ready to go in, you know, a couple of days, maybe a day or two. They're ready to use. Okay. Just make sure that you don't skimp on your glue because it will make a difference. Okay. That looks pretty good. All right, there is that one. I'm going to go ahead and cut our little pull up there. This paper towel core was really tough. It's thick, thicker than most. We're going to use this, and again we're going to cover it. And let's see, let's just use this little piece. It's got that little flower on it. That's cute. Okay. Put that down right there. Make sure that it sticks out a little bit past the edges there. Then we'll trim this one off. There we go. Isn't that cute? I like that. All right, again. Now this is the toilet paper roll. They're usually not quite as thick. Now I'm going to go ahead and cover those two in the back there. Cut about right there. Cut off a little bit more. There we go. Put that down in there. Okay, that's got that covered where we cut that little piece out, and then we're going to do the same thing here. And I haven't gotten to your questions this week. I'm sure there are a bunch in there. I will try to get to those tonight. With this sale going on, we have had quite a few purchases, and so we've been trying to make sure that we get all of the orders out, and then I had some other things that I had to do for the members, so it's been a little bit busy. All right, I am going to take these and I'm going to go stitch these, and then I will be right back and we will glue these down on our page and make some tags for them. I just stitched them together because I actually didn't have any scissors in there next to the machine, so and I'll show you in just a second what I did. So all I did was just stitched really close to the edge all the way around, and see how flat it made them now, and now they're more like pockets. But again, if you don't have a sewing machine and you don't stitch, you can always do this by just putting them in under books and making sure that the books flatten them out. But we're going to use this right there, and I think I don't want them even, so I want that one there maybe. I don't want to cover up all of my flower. And then maybe this one down here. Let's see. Let me think. Is that going to work? Or maybe I'd like to have that one under. No, that one's got to be on top. I'm thinking this through, as you can tell. My brain is a-working. Okay, that one's... Let's see. I really would like to have that one right there. Like that, maybe. Okay, that'll work because you can still see the flowers. And it's far enough away that it's going to fold still easily. So let's do that. Now, I'm going to have to use a really strong glue on this. So I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac. You may have to hold it just a second if you use your Fabri-Tac, but it will usually glue, when you've got a surface like this that's a little bit uneven, it'll usually glue a little bit better, or you could always use hot glue. I would use hot glue if I knew where my hot glue gun was. I'm telling you, I still don't have everything moved back in here. Okay, I gotta unstop the little end right here. One day we will get all moved back. Okay, I'm gonna have to, that glue is really cold because it got real cold here last night and I didn't have any heat on out here. So I'm gonna have to add some acetone to it to liven it up a little bit. So I'm just going to use my art glitter glue. It usually holds pretty good. And you could use your Barely Arts glue too. And make sure that it's not on the inside so I don't glue my pocket shut. There we go. Now, I may have to sit something on this and let them sit for a while because I do have some dimension under there just to keep them pressed down. I'm just going to clip it for a minute until it glues. And let's see, I think I said I wanted that one about right there maybe. I just want to keep it away from that spine far enough that it's not going to interfere with the folding of my book, my journal. And I don't think that will. Press it down a little bit. And I really don't have anything that I can clip this one with, but I think it's going to work. Yeah, that'll work. And then we're going to put this one down. And let's see, let's put that one right there, just like that. So let's press that down and hold it for just a second. I'm going to try to put the tops back in my glue for a minute. Now these little tops that I've got on my glue pens, they came from Amazon. I'll got a link for them below. They're regular knitting needle tops. So they're for knitting needles, but they work great on the tops of those pens. Keeps you from losing your pens. Because, you know, you can see those laying on the desk. Alright, let's unclip that. I think we're glued down pretty good. Let's see. I'm just going to press it from this side. There we go. Alright, now we'll make some tags for these. And what tags do we want to make? I love this paper pad. I can't use it enough. I have used and used and used, and I still have tons of it. And we don't have any of this in stock. This did come in the E-Club kits, so if you're wanting something like this, you need to join the E-Club. I think I'll use these two maybe. Now, all we need to do is we're going to have to measure about how wide we want these. And they're going to have to be kind of narrow because of, you know, how I did my stitching. And these little pockets are not very wide. So first, I think, let's see. Let's try it about right there. So I'm just going to cut, whoops, hit things. I'm just going to cut down through here. And make sure that it slides in there before I do anything else. Okay, just don't want it to give it too much resistance. I don't want to force it too hard right now either because I know things are still gluing. Okay, I'm going to trim it just a tiny bit. I like for it to slide a little bit smoother than that. So let's try that. See if that slides a little bit easier. And I don't have a backing on this paper either. If you wanted it a little bit stiffer, you could put a backing on there. Oh, I think that'll work right there. And then we're just going to trim that top part off. I'm going to leave it pretty tall. Let me erase my pencil mark. And see, this is not a real thick paper, so if I want it a little bit thicker so that it'll slide in there easier, I can do that. So I am going to make sure that this one is the same width. So I'm just marking the spot. And we'll cut this one. And we should have enough left out of this one that we can put in the little one too. That should work right there, and I just want to cut that one off about right there. No, we won't have enough left out of this one for the little one, but that's okay. Got that much left, and that'll make a cute little tab. So there's that one, and that's that one, and then this one is very, very narrow. Don't think it'll work too good. No, I want to make it a little bit wider than that, so we're going to go to this one, this sheet, and I'm just going to cut a little piece off of this side over here. Oh yes, there we go, and then let's cut that one about right there. Okay, so that is our tags. And I am going to go ahead, I think, and back them. Let me think. Am I or am I not? I don't know. They have the white on the back, and I think they're stiff enough that they're going to go in there with no problem. So I may just leave it. That one I want a little shorter, I think. I think I do. That one's the right height, but I want to cut this one a little shorter. I think I actually missed my mark. I want to cut it right there. Just going to use my scissors and go across. Alright, now we can decide, do we want to make these in tag form, or I just want to round the corners? And I'm thinking I may just round the corners. Am I making enough racket for you guys? I continue to drop everything that I touch. And I think if we'll round these corners on the bottom, that's going to slide in there a lot easier too. It doesn't have that point to catch on that little toilet paper roll. Oh yes, it goes in there much easier. Or the paper towel roll. And I did a few of these back about maybe a month, 2 months ago. So you can, I'll try to remember to link that video below so you can check those out. We did just the paper towel roll and toilet tissue roll pockets that day. And I'm just putting a little ink on the edges just to cover up that white core. And you could also stitch around your little tags if you wanted to. I think I'm just going to leave mine like that. I like that. Okay. So there is that pocket with the tags. I like that. And it's no problem closing. So we got that one done. What else do we want to do in here today? We've got to make some big tags for these pockets. We'll make those probably closer to the end of the video. And I need to glue the ends of these and cover that. Well, I said the end of the video, the end of the journal process. And on this, I think I'm going to put a little flip out on this. I might put one of these on there. I kind of like that. This came in some die cuts and I salvaged it. And I think I might just add that like that. And then I can leave this part open where I can stick a tag or something down in there. That might be what we do there. Yeah, we can do it like that, and then you can still see some of the book page. So we just need to glue to about right there. Just around the edge. Now, let's see. Yep, I think I glued it about right. We'll put a little bit more right here. Then we have a little pocket right here, and I want to cut out a little opening just so that we'll know that that's a pocket. There we go. And I think our little tab went down in there. So we've got that. Let's go ahead and ink the back of this a little bit. I should have inked this before I put that on there, but that's okay. Okay, so we have that there and a little pocket on this side that we can slide something down into. Trying to see if any of my scraps here fit. If they do, then we're going to use those without cutting something else. So I think I'm going to use this for our little tag for our pocket. Probably going to have to trim it down just a little bit. This is just a scrap that I had laying over there. And let's see. Put it right there. See if that's far enough. Ooh. When you drive your glue straight, you can usually get things down in your pockets. Let me see if I can make sure this is not glued wrong. Yeah, it's glued right there. And it should be right there. Okay, so that's as far as it's going to go down in there, which is about to right there, and that's fine. So let's just cut this off. Let's see. Need to cut about right there, so let's cut the bottom portion. Let's just cut it right below those words right there. And we can use this other part for something else. You could wait about making your tags until the very last, but a lot of times I like to make my tags as I go. That way I've kind of got them finished and I don't have to go back through and wonder what I've got to put there and what I have to put there. So I'm going to round these corners. And I'm not going to back this one either. It is not real thick, but it's pretty thick, and I think it's going to be fine with what I need to use it for. But I do want to put a little tab on the top of it. So let's see what we have in here that might work. Now these are some of our stitched tabs that we stitched the other day. I don't know that I want to use one of those right now. Oh, wait. Hold the horses. I might want to use that one. It's got that pink in the back. I might want to use that one. Let's see. See what it would look like if it was just laying there like that. Whoops. I don't know. I kind of like that. Let's try one of these tabs and see if we like this better. Nope. I'm liking this, so we're going to put this on there. And again, you could stitch these on if you wanted. Oh yeah, I like that. And I don't think I'm even going to put anything else on the back of it because this is going to slide down far enough in there that I don't think I need to. And it's going to stick out just a little bit, and that lace is going to show right there, or that eyelet is going to show, which I like that. Okay, so that has got that pocket. Now I do want to put some little something on this book page to kind of strengthen it a little bit because it's not very strong the way it is, and I may just do a little bit of collaging on it. This is that paper that had the flowers on it. I may just do some of that, or this. This would be pretty, just to put some pieces of this on there. Let's do that. Some of this wording on there. And I'm just going to tear the edges. Yeah, I like that. Okay, I'm going to ink around it. Isn't that cute? I like that. And you can see I print on whatever I have handy. If I know I'm going to glue it down, this was a little piece of paper that I recycled. If I know I'm going to glue it straight down to something else, then I don't worry about what's on the back. There we go. Like that. Then I want to put a little something up here at the top. That's cute. Let's just do that. I'm going to tear that out. And we have not been able to get any more of these paper pads. They have, I guess everybody wanted them, and they have sold completely out everywhere. I haven't been able to find any more. We're still looking, but so far we haven't found any more. If I can find any on Amazon or anywhere, I will link them below, but so far I've had no luck. There, that makes that page quite a bit stronger. Yeah, so we've got that. And I'm not going to worry about this little piece in the middle. I may come back and put a word or something there. You know, you can always cut these words out of your little digitals. See if there's a word on here. You could put always reliable. Not really on there. Okay, I'm going to leave that for right now. We'll worry about that a little bit later. This has got plenty on it. I don't think I want to put anything else there. Okay, I don't know how long I have been going on this. You know, I could just keep on and on and on and on as far as my part's concerned, but I know you guys don't have 3 days to sit here and watch me craft. Let's see if I have anything I want to do on this page. I don't know, I might work on that page and think about that a little bit later. Now these are some pockets that I made the other day, and I didn't put these in. I just kind of laid them in there and took photos of them. These are those little corner tuck pockets that flip out, and you have your journaling space in the middle. Let's see if there we go, like that. So we may put those in there later. Now I do have one thing that I wanted to put in there. This little bag came in your April kit for the E-Club kit, and then you got some of these tags, and so I just made a tag like that, and then I cut this paper bag down, and so I wanted to use it in here. I may just use it right there. I like the looks of that. Let's just go ahead and put it down. We made these on camera the other day. I have a video for those, and I'll try to remember again to link it below. And this has a little beading on it, but it's just a little bit of dimension. It's not a lot, so it's not going to hurt that at all. See, it's getting to be gator mouth, and I love it. All right, and we still have to put our our lace there. I am going to put some lace on some of these, but I'll show you something else that I saw someone do, and I cannot remember who right now. If I remember, I'll link it below. But I saw someone do this the other day, and I thought it was so neat. And I'm trying to find just the right paper to do it with, because it has to be a thinner paper. So let me see. I could probably just do it with this book page. Just tear some strips. She just made some little embellishments like this and then glued them down. And she stitched right down the center of them. And she used just different pieces. She would use a book page, or she would use some napkin, or she even used some tissue paper like this. She just cut little strips of tissue paper and used it, and then glued them, you know, she stitched them and then glued them on the side, and they were so cute, and I thought, I've got to remember to do that. So I'm going to do probably a few of those. I'll probably use some of this tissue paper that I have speckled a little bit. So, let me see. Let me just cut some of this, and I'll go over there and stitch a little bit of it. And this is just a little paper ruffle. Nothing fancy. So she just cut little strips. They didn't have to be the same size, the same length. She just cut little strips. And then she took them to her sewing machine. Well, I think first she actually just folded them like this. She just started folding up. And then she took them over to her sewing machine and she stitched them. Now again, this is something else. If you don't stitch or don't have a sewing machine, don't think that you can't do this, because you can. You can stitch this by hand, or you can just glue these down. You don't have to have a sewing machine. It's just, a sewing machine's just quick and easy, but it's not something that you've got to have. So I'm just folding like that. And you can fold it as you stitch it if you want to, but I'm just showing you what I do. And you can do different colors. Just grab some of your tissue paper that's all different colors. That'd be pretty. All right, let me stitch these real quick and I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, so I just stitched all of these together, and I just used my brown thread that I already had in the sewing machine. So see, you can take this, it's just a little paper ruffle, and you can put it like right there. So I would ink up a little bit around the edges. You can also do this with lace. It's very pretty when you do it with lace. Put that down there. And I put mine to where it's hanging off a little bit. You don't have to do that, but I just thought that's pretty. Now let's see, we might want another. You can put a little one down through here. And you can go all the way, or you can go part of the way. That one actually fits all the way down, so let's just glue it. And I like to put them out where they hang over just enough that you can see them from the other pages. I think that just makes it cute, like that. Okay. All right, guys, I think this video has been long enough, and we will come back and work more on our AJ kit later on, but this just gives you more ideas of things to do to dress up your AJ kit. I love that flip out. Love these pockets. Love, love, love them. And just lots and lots of things in here. I love these little corner tucks there. And then there's that with the pocket on this side. So isn't that fun? Okay. All right. We will talk to you guys later. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.